Welcome to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today we're going to play a game called Deck Defenders. This is a tower defense game that also contains cards. This is currently available on itch.io, and big thank you to the developer for giving me a key. First thing we can do is we can pick our avatar and a clan, so we're going to be playing as the Elemental Witch with the Lizard clan. At this moment the choice doesn't matter, but there's a plan for the development that later on it will have some kind of an effect on the game. Alright, so let's begin. Here we can pick our very own deck of cards. I've already pre-made a deck of cards that I think is a little bit better than the basic one. We're not going to go over the difference here because I want to show you the cards in the gameplay itself. We're going to be playing on normal and we'll be playing on... Let's play on the Grown Grove. So let's begin. So the way the game works is that the enemies come from this gate and they move over this highlighted path with this yellow thing here, up here to the exit, and if too many of them reach the exit then we lost. Here we can control the time. We're going to play on time number 1. And here we can call the very first wave. We've got 300 mana and we have a discard pile and a draw pile. And here we have the cards that we have drawn. This is our hand. We can hold a maximum 9 cards in our hand. Now, the way this works is that you can build a tower. You click over here and you build no element tower. And this is just like a basic tower. It has some sort of basic damage, fire rate, and things like that. And then you can use one of these cards to apply it to the tower. So for example, I could use the lightning element, which zaps enemies around, which costs me 100 mana. So I'm going to do that right now. There are a couple more things you can do with your cards. You can discard them, which is going to give you around 15 mana. You could also draw immediately a new one, which is going to cost you 50 mana. However, the drawing also happens automatically over time. So it's better to not draw them manually because it costs you a lot of mana. So first thing I've built is I've built this tower. This is changed into a lightning tower or a Tesla tower. Now I could then either add another effect to the tower or create a new tower. I'm going to build another tower over here. I'm actually going to rotate the camera so that we can kind of see the enemies going through this path over here. And we have now one basic tower and one elemental tower. Now we don't have mana for any more towers, so we're just gonna let the enemies come. And we can see those little bats over there. Actually, we seem to be killing them instantly over here, so maybe I should be showing you them from here. Okay, I'll show them from here then, because we kill them very quickly. Now, some of the elements are very good in combination together. For example, wind and ice is quite nice because, let me show it to you, because what wind does, it has a very quick fire rate, and what lightning does, it has an AoE damage. So essentially, if you combine these two things, you get an AoE damage that can be shot in a very quick succession. And also lightning has a chain enemy, so it hits one enemy and then another one, which again is really good if you have quick fire rate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wind and apply it to this tower, which means now this tower has both of these effects. Alright, I'm gonna pause for a second before we call the new waves because I want to build some more towers. Next thing what I'm going to do is first I'm going to apply one of these effects to one of these towers. So I'm going to grab a fire tower which shoots powerful projectiles in a straight projectiles into this. So this will increase the damage from the basic 0.9 to 1.3 and increase the fire rate. Then ice is really good with earth, so I'm not gonna do it yet. I might do a special like earth tower. We could place one, maybe let's place one over here, and we're gonna make this an ice tower after it's built, and we're gonna turn it into, we're gonna add the earth once again. It's gonna lower the damage but increase the range, and it's gonna have a high AoE damage, and it's going to also slow down the enemies, which is really good because since it has a big range, it should be able to attack the enemies even if they're here and slow them down so the other towers have more time to hit them. Then we've got this draw 4 cards. This costs you 75 mana. If we wanted to draw the 4 cards by ourselves, it would cost us 4 times 50, so actually 200 mana to do the same thing. So this is a really good card to get. So I'm going to use it right now to draw more cards. It's important that you forget to build new towers instead of just upgrading the ones you have, because otherwise you can kind of get lost a little bit and lose too much. Let too many enemies go through. So I really like this earth, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this earth effect to the ice tower. What this does, it gives bounces, so essentially it sort of bounces from one enemy to the next. What's important here is that the order in which you make towers is really important, because where we make this an earth tower first, it would shoot these little bouncing balls that are gonna go between enemies. But because it's an ice tower first, it actually doesn't, you don't actually see the bounce visibly, so that's pretty important, that the order in which you make the damage is important. I'm gonna build one more tower here and turn it into a fire tower. So actually we're going to turn it into a wind tower. We don't have a basic wind tower, so let's do that. You can always only combine 2 elements in a tower. You can see them coming earlier. They seem to be doing pretty well. It seems like this tower doesn't even get to hit anybody. I would ideally like something that increases this one's range if we could. Ooh, I like these little dogs. Those are pretty cute. Yeah, this one's only starting very little. Here, by the way, we can see information about what kind of elements of enemies are going to come next. And down here, you can look at the chart which tells you which element is vulnerable to which element. Right, so we can see we're doing some damage. Now, one more thing I want to talk to you about. In the following week, I want to do a little bit of a challenge on this channel where I want to try to talk slower, and in order to gamify and make it more fun, I thought it would be interesting if you would give me a rating. 1 means I'm talking as fast as always, which is not great because I talk too fast, and 10 means I'm talking at the perfect speed. So give me a rating down in the comment under this video so that I know how fast I'm talking. Now, let's build another tower. Let's say I'm gonna build it here. And we're going to start turning, and actually no, we're going to keep watching them from here, but maybe then we'll turn later. And we're going to make this last one, I don't actually know what yet. Oh, we can make it a water tower, at least a damaging area where the projectile lands. Let's make it a water tower. It also has a bounces, so I can at least show you how the bounces would look in the earth tower. I also have a fire element, so I'm going to increase the fire damage on this fire tower. So it'll increase its damage, range, and fire rate, so they're going to shoot much, much faster. I'm going to call for the wave, and we're going to start the time. Did this turn into water? Yeah, so you can see these little sort of like water bolts, and they sort of does it have a bounce yet? It has bounce on, so it bounces essentially after it is falls to another enemy, and this can be really fun with the earth thing, that it also bounces. And if you come, so with the earth tower it looks the same if you build the earth tower first, because this is an ice tower first, we actually don't see that, but if it was a earth tower we would see it. All right, let's draw 4 more cards. And okay, so we've got a lot of these power-ups. Permanently adds 40% damage to a tower. This is the most effective, obviously, on a tower that does the most damage already. So we're gonna actually stack this up on this fire tower. So we're gonna make this fire tower essentially insanely powerful. It is pretty expensive. It costs 150, so I want to make sure that you don't overdo it. Adds water element to towers, leaves the damaging area where the projectile lands. This could be interesting on the fire tower, as increased damage by 1.4. Let's do that. Let's call for a new wave. So the firepower is like really powerful. If you look at this, like this does damage 0.65, right? This fire thing does damage of 4.48, which is like insane. So essentially whoever gets it. Oh, and you can see this is like a fire ring. Did you see that in a second? Or it's now down here. I don't know if I can show it to you. Alright, but we'll wait. Okay, so this is now a fire ring and a water ring as well. But essentially what the water affects is that it gives you like the AoE damage. So now the super strong fire thing creates these sort of fire rings just like the water would. Let me pause for a second because we're going to need to build more towers. Let's build a new tower over here. And we're going to add lightning to the basic tower. So we have lightning 1 to wind 1. So we're going to turn this into lightning 2, wind 2. This is now changed to 2 enemies. So it's actually going to hit 2 enemies instead of just 1. And we're also going to increase the damage on one of the other towers. Let's do the lightning one, because with the wind it goes fairly quickly into the enemies and we can increase the damage quite nicely. Ice. We could put ice here, or we could make new ice tower. No, let's put the ice on this ice earth tower, and I'm going to make this a basic earth tower because I really want to show it out. First of all, how it looks, because I like the fact that each element has a different look of a tower. And I started talking way too fast, didn't I? Alright. Oh, by the way, I absolutely love these little treasure chests. They're so cute. Ooh, okay, we gotta pause. And we're gonna have to build a tower here to make sure that hopefully manages. The problem is that they're very quick. So we gotta make sure that we try to shoot it. Oh, we didn't quite manage that. Let me draw a new card. We're gonna turn this into a fire tower and hopefully it will be able to finish this off. We can see that the wind tower actually has a really big range, so it was able to shoot it up here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, these treasure chests are very quick, so it's quite rough with them because even though our other things do a lot of damage, they can just kind of fly through it. So that's why we're gonna have like the backup here. I'd like to also build one more tower over here. This would be really good for the earth tower because you can see that the earth balls, they bounce, but at the moment they kind of bounce away into this area where there's nothing. However, if it was in a straight line, it would just bounce into more enemies. So we definitely want to wait to make this an earth tower. I'm gonna put another one of this. To do my ice tower, so it's going to increase. This is going to slow the enemies to 63%. 63% slow, so this is going to be insane. So whoever this hits, they're going to be super slow, and our other towers can absolutely destroy them, I hope. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, we've got a ghost queen or king. Ghost king. Hello, Mr. Oh, and you can see how much slower they are. You can see that the new enemies are essentially catching up with these guys because they're so slow in this area, which is kind of perfect. But they look so beautiful. Can I turn and look at them this way? You actually get... Wow, this is like a... it's like a death walk over here. Wow, look at them. They look so good. Ooh, but they actually might be moving through. Let me grab a new one. We might actually need to make this tower a wind tower. Or let's make a new tower here and make that on wind. So that we can... gotta start drawing more cards. And we'll add lightning to it so that it can be stronger. Yeah, you can see... I don't know if you saw how it bounced. That was actually pretty cool. We'll see if we can kill him. If not, I think it's fine. It's just like a second enemy that went through. Should be okay. Alright, water tower. We'll add water to our water tower. Call for a new enemy, and we gotta get some more effects. Power up. Let's put the power up on the lightning tower to 261. And we're gonna make this an earth tower. Ooh, we've got these little snakes. They look amazing. Hello, snakes. Okay, we gotta call for more stuff. Draw 4 cards, sure. And we're gonna add another ice to my 100. Actually, we're gonna add the ice to something else. We're gonna make this an earth ice tower. Earth ice is a really good combo because, like I said, the earth does the bounces and it allows me to slow down a lot more enemies. And we're gonna get another lightning. Actually, we might want to put the lightning on this. I'm gonna put it on this tower because I was gonna do the earth thing, but we don't seem to get earth cards yet. And how much does this cost? 100. Okay, so we gotta wait a moment now. And it should really help us out in the fact that it will do a lot more damage. I'm also going to add 40% damage to this. No, actually we can, okay. Ooh. 2, and actually 1 is going to make it through. That's alright. Let's power up to what is really strong. To this lightning to wind. And another power up to, let's say... I'm going to put it onto this. Because it seems like, actually not you. You. No, not you. The power, we want to put it on over here. Plus 125, so we gotta wait. 150, okay, now? Ooh, ugly spiders. Very ugly spiders. We got 7 lives left though, so we've got a lot. Well, hopefully I can kill them. Yeah, it seems like we're killing them once they move into the slow area. Seem to be destroying them pretty nicely. I'm gonna use this to draw 4 more cards. Ooh, and the tiny spiders are even uglier. Alright, we want to add some stuff. So we want to add earth, wind to... We could add wind to this... we can add it to the fire tower. We could lightning. Lightning wind is not a bad combo. The fire rate is going to be increased. Yeah, let's do lightning wind. And we could do a power up on... It's really strong. On the lightning, on the other lightning wind, and we're gonna put earth to... Ooh, earth wind. AoE damage and bounces. Let's increase the fire rate of this slowing tower. That seems like a good idea to me. Ooh, what are you? Hello. Ooh, these little golems. I love how they first fall into the water ring, then they go in a fire ring, then they have earth bounce on top of them, and then they're like super slow in this area. Ooh, but they're moving through very, very fast. Alright, we gotta put some more. We can't actually put any more effects. Ooh, they seem to be really strong. Special ability, yeah, they work as tanks. Well, actually, we are killing them. We seem to be killing them over in this area. Let's add fire to... Actually, I'm gonna add earth to... Where am I putting it? Yeah, earth 3, slow 3. It was a bit of a... I don't know if it was the best decision because the slow tower stopped working for a second. I'm gonna increase this fire tower at the end here. I'm gonna add another basic tower here at the start. Yeah, hopefully they're gonna manage to kill this. We could add one more tower here at the end, just to make sure that we've got stuff shooting at it. How much HP? Yeah, okay, it's dead. It's dead. I got worried. Okay. Pause. We're gonna draw more cards. So we've got Earth. I want... Well, this is not good for Earth because Earth does the bouncing. So instead we're gonna make this ice. We're gonna do another slowing. We're gonna slow them a little bit faster before they even get into the big slow area. And we're gonna add lightning to the slowing. So we're gonna slow them with chain effect. That seems like a good thing to me. We're gonna call for the waves. We're gonna also permanently add the damage of this. Ooh, actually we've beaten it. You destroyed 250 enemies. You have obtained the damage all enemies cut, but you also earned 50 elemental orbs. I am a hero. So we can jump to our deck builder. And here I can show you the difference in the decks. So essentially this is like the base deck. So the base deck, as opposed to the cards that I've shown you in my deck, it also has like a draw 2 cards instead of just draw 4 cards, and it has a power up of range, fire rate, AoE, and slowing, which I actually haven't taken in the deck that I have chosen. I have actually removed most of the power up and instead took more of the basic elements because, for example, in the base deck you only have 1 water, so I took 2 so that I could have more stronger powers instead of giving like just like a power up fire rate. I thought, you know, it's better if you just take the appropriate element. Or so I took a lot of the power up damage cards so that I can increase the damage, draw 4 cards instead of just 2, and things like that. And we could also add more stuff to it, or we could, for example, add power up slow to this deck of cards. So now we've got 20 cards in our deck, but we could, aside from power up damage, we could also give slow to other towers. This can be useful in towers where you already have like 2 different elements. For example, if you have, let's say, lightning and wind, which is a combination we've been using a lot, adding power up slow to it could be pretty powerful. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, write down in the comments. Don't forget to give me the rating for the speech speed. And you can click on the right to watch some other tower defense games. I'll see you there. Bye bye.